but I want to give you a little bit, just a little bit more behind the scenes information because it's fun. Don't necessarily take this to the bank. It is coming from the Daily Mail, but it's fun. So I'm going to give them one opportunity at news for us. The tabloid says that Trump will consider Biden a phony president and will boycott his inauguration in January. I personally buy that. Despite the fact that Hillary Clinton attended Trump's inauguration 4 years ago, I have a feeling he won't mind the hypocrisy there. But this is where it gets fun. Insiders describe the atmosphere inside the West Wing as manic, exuberant, energized, and toxic, with some staff lighting rose-scented candles in an attempt to soften the environment and to combat the smell of fast food delivered to the president and his inner circle.
Some staff members. You mean Melania?
I don't know. I think she's like,
God.
My love, I must still live here, please. It's too much filet of fish, too much.
Yeah.
And so
you
Rose
just had the
candle.
Big Mac, but so all these Big Macs, you just had them. I don't understand. I don't know. I don't want a cone. Why am I doing German right now? I forget her accent. God.
I don't know. It's not German, but anyway, yeah, they're freaking out. He's vacillating between hiding in the White House and going golfing, and yeah, like honestly, I don't even mind this. Like when I experience the most minor level of stress, I start eating like a madman. So I get it. If you're facing the end of your political career, possibly your descent into irrelevance, if you want to get a bunch of McDonald's, hell, I get a lot of McDonald's with far less justification than that. So for once,
like
Don, I'm on your side.
Bob Woodward's next book is just gonna be like Super Size Me, where he like tracks the downfall of Donald Trump, but because he's only been eating McDonald's 24/7, you know, it's great.
Maybe.
And it's Bob, I think my heart just stopped, Bob. This is it. I'm gonna get one more Egg McMuffin, Bob. No, you tell the world. He's so good.
And it'll come out 2 years after it should have for maximum impact. Anyway, yes. Do we care? Like, do we care about what Trump's been saying? I have it here. Do we want to hear what Trump's been saying?
It is interesting to hear how he's been. Yes, it is. I do.
Sure. Okay, then we'll transition to that. We'll be brief because it's Trump and he's a lame duck. Do we really have to pay him that much attention? Anyway, okay, so we're getting a little bit of information behind the scenes. We know a little bit about what's going on in the White House. We're getting very little directly from Donald Trump. The last we heard directly from him really was on Thursday when he gave one of the most shameful speeches by a president literally in the history of our republic. Since then, it's mostly been Twitter, and honestly, not even that much on Twitter. Here's a bit of what we have from earlier this weekend. I won this election by a lot. No, you didn't. You didn't. Been called and you lost.
That's not how you should read it. It's much more like, I won this election by a lot. Like you just have to
by a lot.
By a lot. You really have to airhead it up because that's really what is inside of his brain. It is just it's a Valley Girl idiot airhead, and that who's just like at brunch, who's like, actually, he totally was looking at me. It was like John Hamm was at the club or something, and it's like, no, did you see that? He he wanted my number, but like you were in the way. Anyway.
Okay, I'm gonna try it. Okay. As we continue, 71 million legal votes, the most ever for a sitting president. You did leave out a little bit of important context. You lost, and the other guy got millions more. But hey, silver linings for the low D on this very difficult week. So you put the legal votes again, but no, you lost. So yes, it's the most for a sitting president. That's great. The population has increased, and also turnout was up. But you did lose. You lost by millions of votes. And can we just very briefly touch base with, like, nobody's even talking about the vote lead. Like the Republicans, I'm saying, that are like, no, seriously, like if we go into Georgia and we take these votes and we get rid of them, and then we double these votes for Trump, then maybe we can win. Like they're not even disputing the fact that the size of the population of a small state is the vote lead that Biden has overall. That's obviously not important. We shouldn't even consider that. And they're saying it's impossible effectively that Biden won even though Biden is leading overall all over the place, he's got tons of votes. So
yeah, pick a state. Just pick a state to harp on. No, you can't just blanket say this. It looks bad. It all looks bad, but it looks extra bad. My God. Keep going, keep going, read the rest.
Let's get a little bit more. So this is after the call happened. Since when does the mainstream media call who our next president will be? We have all learned a lot in the last 2 weeks. No, you haven't. Yeah, we haven't learned anything. You're incapable of it, clearly. Constitutionally, emotionally, psychologically, I don't know exactly, spiritually, I don't know, but you can't learn. And the mainstream media does call it again. It's not legally significant, but it happens. And you will note that when the call goes for the Republicans, like you check, it's all on Twitter. You take a look at the right wingers. Take a look at what they were saying after it was called for Trump 4 years ago. They thought it was significant then. They thought that the call was very important then. It's just now that it doesn't count for anything. But Francesca,
so yes, it is.
I was just gonna say that's. No, you continue. What's up?
Oh, it is just so sad. It's sad to see a president who never wanted to be president, never should have been president, should have always been tweeting in the abyss about Robert Pattinson. And here he is, he stays in power and he's the perfect emblem and continues to be the perfect emblem of white fragility. Because although white supremacy and white privilege are real, this is a president who, despite winning his office, has never acted like the president, has never understood his own power and privilege. And the fact that he can't have the decency to concede is also so unpresidential. It's ironic, right? It's like, how are you still unpresidential at this moment? You look, and I don't like Bill Maher, but he has said it time and again, and it's the one thing I agree with him on, which is he is a whiny little bitch. That's all he is. Continues to be a whiny bitch time and time and time again. And also, since when did the mainstream media call who our president will be? We've all learned a lot in the last couple of weeks. Since when did the Bachelorette, I don't know which one, since when did the Bachelor get to decide who gets a rose and who doesn't? Oh my God, we've all learned a lot in the last few weeks. That's, you know what I mean? It's the unrequited Bachelor contestant.
Yeah, I agree with you about Bill Maher though. Anyway, so yeah, I used to like him. Yeah, it's whiny, and if there are any conservative white guys watching this, white guys have got a lot of issues. Let's acknowledge that. Do you get conservative liking white guys? Do you get how much damage this is doing to our brand when we really need some good PR these days? Clinging to Trump, it's not helping us, it's making us look worse. And I can't change who I am, so stop dragging me down with you. But anyway, aside from those few tweets, that's really it over the past few days. He tweeted about Esper obviously this morning. The rest of it looks like this, actually. It's just long sections of him retweeting the people saying that he actually won. If it's, Mark Levin, who by the way said that states should just give him the electoral college votes even if the popular vote went against them. So never forget Mark Levin is aggressively opposed to democracy. Yeah. But this is why they're doing it, because they know that Trump will signal boost them and his fans will like it. Imagine if when, in the primary, when Bernie no longer had a path to victory. Imagine if all of us who like Bernie were just doing hits about how awesome he is and how he's secretly going to win, which is bad enough, and that did kind of happen in 2016. But that Bernie would actually just blanket his Twitter feed with signal boosting people who are like, no, he totally can still do it. He should stay and totally. Imagine how sad that would be. Yeah. If Bernie did that. Bernie would never do that, but this sad guy is doing it. And so the entire grift ecosystem is visible. You can see it from mouth to anus. You can see the whole cycle of that.
The whole centipede. It's happening
in real time.
The whole centipede, and it's so true.
Centipede. The griftipede.
That griftipede, you're so right about the Bernie thing. And how much does it cheapen what they're saying when the president just retweets it as if he needed to retweet it? It just shows you, how much this is a They're just being hotboxed by their own BS. This is like a Dutch oven of fake authoritarianism. And they're all sitting there just smelling that fascist fart, And hey, we're on the outside, baby. Welcome.
Man, you never know how TDR is gonna go these days.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.